Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm just thinking I'm phone. No, I think Captain you will go up in it. I think
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to St. Cobh's Park for tonight's air Tuesday first fixture between Shamrock Rovers 2 and Cobh Ramblers. Tonight's match partner is Cobh Credit Union, located in Harbour Cove. I'd like to thank all at Cobh Credit Union for their
Hi, my name is Fergus McDade. I'm an ex-Rambler, and my time in Cobh was in the early 80s, through that decade, and part of the early 90s. It was a very fruitful time in the club. We had a really good success, both locally and nationally. The town used to come alive on a Sunday afternoon for a Munster Senior League game or an FAI Senior Cup or Intermediate Cup game. Really vibrant time in the club.
A tremendous atmosphere here, and almost a mishap, and Frank O'Neill has put Cobh Ramblers have got in front. Frank O'Neill picks up a loose goal kick, and amazingly Cobh Ramblers have got in front.
Hello, my name is Karen Doyle. I am on the Cobh Ramblers subcommittee for the community, because it means that we get to reach out and work with other community groups right across Cobh and beyond Cobh into East Cork, which is where our club really belongs. It is, a football club that is for everybody, and everybody belongs to it.
Hello everybody out there, my name is Mike Geasley. I'm president of Cobh Ramblers at the current time. I can't really remember any time during my whole life that I haven't been involved in Cobh Ramblers in some capacity or another. I love this club basically, above anything else.
Really good pass here. Turner, can he get his cross away? He can. Oh, goals! That's so lovely goals.
My name is Colin Payne. I'm a supporter of Cobh for as long as I can remember, really, from the days of my father bringing me to the matches, or dragging me, I should say. No, I'm dragging him down. Many happy memories of Cobh, going back a long time. I'm glad to help out.
Hi, I'm Sue. I'm a volunteer here. I've been volunteering here for about 15 years now. I do all sorts of different things. I run the shop, I run the bingo, done a lot inside the club for them. I help with cleaning, I'd help with decorating. There's plenty to do.
My name is John O'Rourke, and my father has probably been in every position within the club, from player to coach to manager to committee member and chairman. And his father before him, my grandfather, was also involved in the club very heavily. All that and the connection in the family, and growing up in the town, it was always my ambition to follow suit and play for Cobh Ramblers first off, which I did do. And went on to manage the club as well. And see progress all the way, and it's great credit to the lads that are involved at this time in making that happen. And I'm sure, and I know that, as before, there was people, the club has lasted, and it's coming up to the historic 100 years in existence in 2 years' time. It's something to look forward to, but it's a tribute and a testimony to all the people that were involved in the club over the years that have made this happen.
And I love Ramblers because I love going to the camps, I love going to the games, and I love following them around the country.
Hi, my name is Bill O'Leary. I'm the new chairman of Cobh Ramblers. We're building a really exciting new era in the club, a club that's based now on high level of community engagement, empowerment of our volunteers and our board, really operating in a transparent way, full of new ideas, finding our voice again, going in a really positive direction. And really, it's an exciting time to be involved in the club. We'd like you to be involved also. What's central to what we're trying to do is diversifying our income streams and diversifying our volunteer base. So we're going to have a new ladies team, which is going to help us in that regard. But also we started a new online shop. We're now streaming our games online. Those games are going worldwide, reaching the Cobh and Cork demographic globally. So that's really exciting for us. So thank you so much.
And we're live here in St. Coleman's Park. SSE Electricity League First Division clash between Cobh Ramblers and Shamrock Rovers 2. A huge game in the playoff promotion race. I'm Thomas Stafford. I'm joined here by John O'Rourke. John, looking forward to the game?
Absolutely, Tom. You can't ask for anything more. The game will be alive and kicking, and Cobh will have a chance to get in that promotion playoff spot.
So there's a huge amount of permutations at play tonight, but the main thing is Ramblers have to win this game to have any chance of being in those playoff spots. So only 3 points will do, and that's what Stuart Ashton's men will be going out to do. A quick look through the Cobh Ramblers team tonight. So they're unchanged from last week's win up in Longford, a great 1-0 win up there. So in goal, Sean Barron. Number 2, John Kavanagh. Number 4, Stephen O'Leary. Number 6, Charlie Lyons. Number 7, Ian Turner. Number 8, Pierce Phillips. Number 14, Nathan Coleman. Number 16, Lee Devitt. Number 19, Connor Joynan. Number 21, Daryl Walsh. And number 24, Greg Henry. So Ramblers unchanged from last week. And then the Ramblers substitutes tonight: Gavin Ryan, Ben O'Riordan, Dave Hurley, Martin Collin, Chris O'Reilly, and Dara Crowley. And then the Shamrock Rovers team tonight, managed by Aidan Price. So in goal is Leon Poles. Then you've Sam Curtis, Oisin Hand, Cole Amorhiamnan, Adam Wells, John Ryan, Dean McMenamin, Darren Nugent, Kevin Zeffy, Adam Imaku, and Michael Leddy. Their substitutes tonight are Cian Clark, Darren Prendergast, Conan Noonan, Daniela Bogdanov, Toby Owens, Darren McGuinness, and Jamie Doyle. So a young Shamrock Rovers 2 team tonight. But as always, they'll be a good possession-based side. So we're looking forward to a great game. John, just looking at the rest of the league, what fixtures should people be looking out for?
Well, I suppose, first off, as you mentioned earlier, Cobh have their job to do. So it doesn't really matter unless Cobh get the 3 points here tonight. But obviously the games are going to be on everybody's mind tonight is Galway versus UCD and Cabo versus Drogheda. So they're the games that we're looking for things to happen in Cobh Ramblers' favour.
Exactly. So lots of play tonight, but like we're saying, the main job get the 3 points tonight. So it's Shamrock Rovers who will start us playing into the clubhouse end. Ramblers are playing down into the Liam McMahon stand. So Ramblers back in the claret and blue. And we're about to get underway here. Referee Mark Lynch. Tonight's game is sponsored by Cobh Credit Union, and the streaming service is brought to you by Paul Geasley of Relive It. And Shamrock Rovers get us underway. Lee Devitt with the clearance. And Darryl Walsh will chase that, but it goes out for a Shamrock Rovers throw on the far side. So Ramblers back in home action for the first time in quite a while. With 2 away games on the bounce. Both 2 victories away to Wexford and then away to Longford to push us right back into the playoff race. But it's great to be back here in St. Coleman's Park. As Shamrock Rovers look to go long, John Kavanagh gets under it. He looks to find Turner. Good turn by Turner, but it's gone past him. And now it is Kevin Zeffy on the ball. An extremely talented young player, Zeffy, who's already been captain underage level for Ireland, and there's a lot of big things expected of him. Here's Zeffy now. He's one of the main men for Rovers this evening. Just looking at the Rovers side, so a lot of the names that have been more well-known in the squad this season aren't playing tonight. So the likes of Aaron Bolger, Brandon Kavanagh, Dean Williams, players with lots of first-team experience, they aren't playing. So it is a very young, inexperienced Rovers side, which Ramblers will be glad to see. But as we can see already, they're still a good side and well able to match Ramblers so far. Rovers with most of the possession.
Yeah. So Rovers will do what they always do: is knock the ball around, play good football, keep it on the deck. That transpires down through all the teams within the club. I suppose those lads are obviously part of the first team squad that you mentioned there, Tom, and their many congratulations to Stephen Bradley management team, and also everyone at Shamrock Rovers for winning the league there after a space of 9 years. So congratulations to all them around.
Lee Devitt there does well to get out in front of his man. Darryl Walsh retains possession, and Ramblers have an advantage here. Ian Turner with the ball on the right-hand side. Cobh still with the advantage now. As Turner tries to get to the byline, gets the ball in, but Leon Poles is able to gather that comfortably. Poles is probably the most well-known of the Rovers side. He's their first-team backup keeper, but hasn't got too much action for the main side, the German netminder. So these sides have already met once this season up in Tala when a Connor Joynan goal was enough to give Ramblers the win. John Kavanagh gets under that. Not too much possession retained by Cobh so far, but Joynan has it now. And Joynan's won a free kick there just inside his own half.
You'd have to say, Thomas, a game where experience should count and should matter an awful lot tonight. As you said earlier, the Rovers team were very young. They're learning the trade. So with it being such an important game for Cobh, you'd look to the experienced players to get on the ball and start bossing it about and making sure that they come away here with 3 points tonight.
Yeah, and it's not something Cobh are probably used to, in that we do have a young side ourselves, and we're actually coming up against a side who are younger than us even. So the likes of Kavanagh, Turner, Pierce Phillips, they've been around, and that should stand to them. Kavanagh plays into Coleman. Coleman onto Charlie Lyons, but offside against.
Yeah, it's I wouldn't say it's an opportunity. It's an imperative situation that they have to get a grip of the game and show their leadership qualities now. And this is where it's called for in big games like this, when there's fighting promotion playoffs at stake.
That was Charlie Lyons with the shot there. Cobh Ramblers' top goal scorer this season with 4 goals from centre back. Looking at the Rovers side, most of their top scorers aren't playing. So Kevin Zeffy with 2 is their player with the most goals out in the pitch tonight. So most of their more prolific players aren't available.
So it's going to go for a 0-0 draw by the sounds of it, huh?
Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
Hopefully not, obviously.
That was Zeffy on the ball there. And Kavanagh to take the throw in. Former Cork City and Finn Harps man has really stood out this year. John Kavanagh, right back for Cobh. And he wins another throw. So thanks to everyone who's tuning in this evening live on YouTube. We hope you enjoy the coverage, and there is a PayPal donation link in the comments, so we'd appreciate any donations to cover the cost of the service. As Coleman looks to chest it back to Phillips, lays out in front of Darryl Walsh. Darryl Walsh plays it in first time to Joynan.
Great chance, great crossing from Darryl Walsh. Should have got on target at the very least from Joynan. Is it Joynan?
Yeah, Joynan with the header.
Yeah. Has to hit the target there. But good football, good opportunity created, so, all goes well.
Yeah, he got in front of his man there very well. He had free header, but just couldn't angle it.
No.
Bright signs, though.
Good start from Cobh, yeah. Just on the mention of people watching, tuning in, Tom, there's a lad down in, all the way down in Cahir Sabine, Cian Duffy. I was talking to him earlier on another matter, but he's wishing Cobh Ramblers all the best, and he's tuned in there down in Cahir Sabine.
That's great to hear. Yeah, on social media today, the amount of messages coming in was huge in comparison to a normal game. There was a lot of nice words to hear from different clubs and different individuals, so hugely appreciated, and hopefully they help us tonight. He's O'Leary. O'Leary beats his man. 2 men outside him. O'Leary goes himself. And
I think he was too eager to shoot there, because he had opportunities to pass the guys that were in better positions. A bit more composure there, and Cobh could have got an early goal.
They had 2 men on the counter on the right-hand side, but O'Leary went himself.
Yeah,
another good sign.
He was confident enough to do it, but unfortunately, from where we are looking here, I think it was an opportunity to lay the ball off and guarantee a goal almost.
Yeah, down that left-hand side has seemed to provide a few opportunities for Cobh tonight. It's at right back is Sam Curtis, who made his debut for Rovers last week as one of their youngest ever players. So he's definitely inexperienced, as David plays it back to Darryl Walsh now. And Lyons goes back to his keeper. Sean Barron gets one of his first touches and goes long for Conor Joynan. Greg Henry plays that to Turner. Turner keeps it in, tries to find Joynan. And Rovers are forced to play it out for a Cobh throw here on this near side. Joynan goes down the line for Joynan. But Rovers have it back now. Charlie Lyons will play this back to his keeper, Sean Barron. And another clean sheet for Sean last week. John, up in Longford, he's really impressed since he arrived at the club during the summer.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And hopefully he can cap it off tonight again with another clean sheet. But great result from Longford, great result, Tom, to give Cobh an opportunity to get to the playoff spot. They've been very, very good on the road this year.
Yeah, our home form
has let them down big time, I think.
Yeah, if you look at the wins we've gotten this season, 3 at home and 5 on the road. It's not often that a Cobh team travels better than plays here.
Yeah. Well, there's two things there to be pointed out, because you mentioned it earlier. Charlie Lyons, the top goal scorer in East Centre half. So when you're going to try and get a playoff spot or trying to win the league, you need consistent goals from your forward, from your striker. And Cobh don't have one, unfortunately, not this season. And also their home form has left them down. So hopefully that won't catch them. And as I said, we're still in with an opportunity to get that playoff spot.
Yeah, the goals have really been shared by a lot of the midfielders and then a few of the attacking players. But Cobh with a good chance here. Darryl Walsh plays in the first time again, but again, Coles is equal to it.
Yeah. Too close to the keeper there. Cobh with 3 players attacking the ball, but the ball was just too close to the keeper.
Entertaining game so far.
Yeah.
Cobh with most of the chances, most of the possession, with the exception of maybe the first 2 or 3 minutes. But they're getting into the game now and looking fairly comfortable on the ball. Cav now to Turner. And Kavanagh goes long, looks to find joining. John Ryan now. John Ryan to Darren Nugent, the Rovers captain this evening. And Curtis loses possession there. One of the players missing from the Rovers team is Sinclair Armstrong, who signed for QPR during the week. So shows that the Rovers development is working. And,
well, yeah, Tom, they have the catchment area of Dublin, like, so they're going to they have a good setup, good facilities, so they're putting themselves in a position to dominate actually in the Premier Division League of Ireland for the next few years if they do keep doing the same things,
And when they came into the league first this year, some people were quite against it, saying it degrades the competition. But in fairness to them, I don't think you can give out. I mean, it's a lovely place to go. The first division clubs get to play in Tala. They play football the right way.
Yeah,
there's pros and cons to it.
There is absolutely. Other teams will be saying, why can't we have a team in it? And because it is great experience for their young lads to make that step up then into the Premier Division for their own first team,
And Curtis plays it out of play, so Cobh again with the throw on that far side. Darryl Walsh to take. He got his first Ramblers goal down in Wexford a few weeks ago, so good to see him get off the mark for the club. As Turner now on, and Turner's effort is blocked and easily picked up by Poles, but good play by Cobh there, and Turner probably will be disappointed with himself, but another chance for Ramblers.
Cobh dominating their lead stages. They need to turn that domination now into goals.
Poles with a poor clearance. Cobh look to make the most of it. And they have a throw once again on this near side. John Kavanagh to take it. Goes to Pierce Phillips, the Ramblers captain this evening. He plays to Turner, neat lay off to Phillips. Phillips now on the right hand side. And Cobh have their first corner of the game. A neat move there between Turner and Phillips. And Turner will take this himself as Ramblers look to make the most of tonight's first corner. Cobh definitely with the majority of the chances so far. Turner whips it into the near post, but Phillips can't get to it, and Rovers have it now to clear. Well blocked by Stephen O'Leary. Falls nicely though. Barron is out. Plays it near to Darryl Walsh. Tries to flick it on to Joynin. Joynin, good holding possession there by Conor Joynin. Looks to find Coleman, but just off target there. The two Cargline men trying to link up there. Some neat player there by Imaku, but goes out of play. The Rovers team tonight managed by Aidan Price, League of Ireland veteran who had a good playing spell with Rovers, with Bowes, among others. Did you come across him at all, John, towards the start of his career with it?
No, it was finished by the time.
Yeah.
Long. Unfortunately, I'm a bit older, Tom. But I know Aidan was. I admired him as a footballer, quite stylish, centre back, and tough as well. So he had a good career. So he's obviously gone and stepped into the management now. I wish him all the best.
Yeah, there's a lot of ex-Rovers players involved in their coaching staff, which is good to see the likes of Shane Robinson and Stephen McPhail kind of passing it on to the next generation.
Yeah, absolutely. It can only all go well. As I say, they've all the procedures in place.
Walsh with the long throw. And Rovers do well there, but the captain loses it, and it's back to Greg Henry now. Henry's press, good pressing there by the Rovers attacker, which is Michael Leddy. And Henry goes back to his goalkeeper. Bit of a bobble there for Sean Barron. And a push in the back there by John Ryan, and Ramblers have the free kick just inside their own half. So John Kavanagh to take this. Greg Henry has gone up for it, as is Charlie Lyons. Rovers with quite a high line there, and Kavanagh whips it in. Well cleared there by Amor Hiamwan. And Kavanagh with a throw on the near side. Kavanagh looking for options. Goes short to Coleman, lays it back to Kavanagh. He tries to find joining. And Rovers under pressure there. Do well to keep it in, but Kavanagh retains possession. Back to Coleman. Kavanagh now on the edge of the area. Kavanagh still goes. Still Kavanagh. And Kavanagh wins a corner here for Ramblers on the near side.
Very good play by John Kavanagh. Yeah, he was taking a darting run into the box and causing problems for Rovers.
He was probably hoping for a trailing leg to try and get a penalty out of it, but Rovers
didn't
buy it. Yeah,
but at least he got a corner out of it, so Cobh still in possession.
And Turner takes this, goes towards the back post this time, and Rovers just managed to get ahead on it, but it still falls on the edge of the area. Swift back in. Charlie Lyons. The lineman does go offside. Wouldn't have counted, but a great chance again for Ramblers. Darryl Walsh with the ball in, and it was Charlie Lyons with the header, but just off target. Wouldn't have counted anyway.
Yeah, good signs again from Cobh. Dominating the game now, Tom. But as I said earlier, they need to make that dominance count.
Yeah, it's been a bright start by the home side. Few good chances. Joining probably with the best one so far, with his header that went just wide of the left post, but remains 0-0 here in St. Combs Park. Joining now, holds it up, tries to play in O'Leary. O'Leary will chase Curtis. And O'Leary wins it back. Great play by the midfielder there to win possession for Cobh. Darryl Walsh plays it in early. Shouts of handball there by the Cobh bench, but referee happy to play on, and Cobh have a throw through Darryl Walsh on that far side. And we have our first goal of the evening in the first division. It's gone the way of Longford Town down in Wexford, so a result that Ramblers won't like to see, but it's not the main one. Longford we're always likely to go through in that game. Ramblers on the ball here now. Nathan Coleman. O'Leary. Great save by Poles, and the clearance is knocked out for a throw.
Super save.
Another chance for O'Leary, and the chances keep mounting up for Ramblers. Rovers have been camped in the right half here as Walsh takes the throw.
Yeah.
And ball goes out for a goal kick here for Rovers.
You'd have to be encouraged by the start anyway, Tom. So just hoping that Cobh will get a break and get the goal.
Yeah, it seems to be as soon as Rovers have a goal kick, Cobh win it back and go with another chance. So you'd like to think it's only a matter of time. Curtis goes back to his goalkeeper, Leon Poles. Poles is forced to go long. It's a good ball out here to John Ryan, but Ryan can't control it, and John Kavanagh wins the throw. Conor joining now, holds it up. It's a neat pass to Phillips. Straight to Coleman first time. He lays it off first time to joining, but Cobh still on the ball. Lee Devitt now. Goes back to Charlie Lyons, and now Darryl Walsh once more. Great touch there by Coleman, turns his man. But it's won back by a combination of Rovers defenders, and clearance comes to Pierce Phillips. Neat lay off to Turner. And back inside to Lee Devitt. Kavanagh just takes his eye off the ball, but Kavanagh still on the ball. And even with the fall there, still a brilliant ball by Lee Devitt. Finds Darryl Walsh. Ramblers really up in the tempo here. They can see there's goals in it for them if they push it. And Kavanagh now back to Greg Henry. Henry tries the ball over the top, but it's comfortably gathered by Poles. Encouraging signs, John?
Yeah, but we keep saying it's Tom, but nothing's happened as regards a goal. So they can keep on doing this all night, but the most important thing is they have to get a goal.
Well, I think the lack of experience for Rovers is definitely showing, even compared to their normal Rovers side. The likes of Kavanagh, the likes of Dean Williams, they're not there. These lads are basically their under-19 squad, and it's maybe showing at the back, but up forward there's still good players up there. And here's a chance here for Imaku. Still Imaku. And Rovers have their first corner of the game.
Yep.
Ramblers protest, but Imaku's won it for his side, and Rovers will look to create a chance of their own for the first time.
Danger signs there, Tom, as well, like all the dominance that Cobh have, and the breakaway there from Rovers. He got a shot in, but it was blocked, thankfully. But that's what could happen, you know.
And Shamrock Rovers now with their first corner. And it's gone just wide of Sean Barnes near post. He had it covered, but still a chance for Rovers there. It's their first effort just off target. But a warning sign definitely for Ramblers that Rovers do have some good attacking threats out there in the pitch, and they must be kept wary of. And Joining now will run onto this. Looks to keep it in. And he will. Goes himself along the byline. Connor Joining, but unable to finish the final product.
Did well to get there and then beat his man, but he kind of ran out of the room there and just went over the end line. Unfortunate.
He had Coleman and O'Leary running in, and
yeah.
I think they were the desired target, but couldn't get a good connection on the ball. So it remains Ramblers 0, Shamrock Rovers 2-0 here in St. Coleman's Park. So only a win will do as Ramblers look to sneak into that final playoff position, dependent on other results, of course. Stephen O'Leary does well to win the ball back for Cobh. Now Turner and Coleman have a little interaction there, and still Turner showing his strength there. Lee Devitt to Phillips. Here's Phillips on the edge of the box, goes himself. Ramblers claim it was deflected, and it was. So Ramblers have another corner themselves. End-to-end stuff here, mostly down to Liam McMahon end, but another corner and another chance for the home side. And it's Ian Turner will take this once more. Henry and Lyons up from the back. Turner floats that one in towards the edge of the box and easily cleared by Rovers. But Cobh have it back now to John Kavanagh. He's forced back to Lee Devitt. And he goes all the way back to Sean Byrne. Sean Byrne goes long. Cobh with a number of bodies still up from the corner. And that's good defensive header there by Rovers with Kevin Zeffy on the ball now. We haven't seen too much him since the opening encounters. Neat ball there by Zeffy. Imaku on the ball now. He's looked lively on a few occasions tonight. And he's won another corner, Imaku, on this near side.
Looks a threat up front for Rovers there.
And Imaku himself will take the corner that he won. Glides that one in, but comfortably gathered by Barron. That's excellent goalkeeping, and he looks to catch Rovers on the break. Goes long in the direction of Joining and Phillips. Bounce kindly there for Phillips. Phillips lays it off to Joining. First time shot, but straight at poles and not much venom in it.
No.
Saw his name in headlights there, I think, Joining, and was hoping for a good connection, but chance again for Cobh. Charlie Lyons there with the defensive header. And John Ryan now midfield. Goes straight to John Kavanagh. Kavanagh tries to find Coleman, but it's gone on to Leon Poles, and he'll start with Rovers once again from the back. Kevin Zeffy on the ball now. Rovers go long. Charlie Lyons had to clear that first time, which he does, and Rovers have the corner. We're starting to see a few more signs from Rovers going forward that they're not just here to make up the numbers.
No, knocking the ball around right. The road ball is up to the guy up front.
Imaku.
That's him. Imaku.
He's Oisin Hand now on the ball. Goes back to his keeper. He plays the first time ball into midfield. Nugent is fouled by Lee Devitt, and Rovers have a free kick inside their own half. So Lee Devitt there committing the foul. One of only 2 Cobh players to play every game this season, him and Charlie Lyons. Devitt's in his first year at the club after joining from Limerick back in January. Here's John Ryan now. And his ball is poor, which goes to O'Leary. O'Leary to join in now. As Cobh start to commit a few bodies, but Joinen loses the ball, and he's given away a foul in his efforts to win the ball back. Rovers might take it quick, but they have other ideas, and McMenamin leaves it for his centre backs to deal with. And it's back with McMenamin. Nice turn there to beat O'Leary and go out to his right back. Here's Curtis. Walsh wins it back and has his own throw. Darryl Walsh, also in his first year at the club after joining from Waterford, has made that left back slot his own since the restart, and also got his first Cobh goal away to Wexford in recent weeks. So he's enjoying his football at the moment. As is Greg Henry, who's made his way back into the side thanks to the injury to Ben O'Riordan. Imaku now on the ball. Chance for Rovers. Leddy retains possession. Leddy goes back into midfield. McManaman, nice ball out to Zeffy. Good first touch by Zeffy. Brilliant defending there by John Kavanagh. And he looks to find Coleman. Coleman holds it, plays it back to Kavanagh. Looks for joining, but Oisin Hand is there to clear. And it's a free kick for Ramblers in their own half. The foul by Nugent on Charlie Lyons seemed to catch him.
I think Charlie bought that foul. You could hear him screaming there every before the tackle was made. But used his experience there and got a foul. So Rovers have got back into it in the last 5 minutes. Showed their quality. You have to commend them because they're trying to play football in every area of the pitch from the goalkeeper out. So, they're young lads, but they're doing it right. And I suppose that's what they're in this league for, is just to learn and be able to do that and take it to the next level.
Yeah, it definitely seems to be a effort that's working when you see Dean Williams and Kavanagh, a few of those more probably mature players of this squad are already making the first team appearances, and Rovers must be happy with the way this experiment, I suppose, is working out.
Yeah, it's only benefiting them, really. No, there's nothing wrong with playing this level of football for your second team. So it is benefit for the first team. And as you said, the proof in the pudding is that you get players making that progression into the first team squad.
Ball over the top there is gathered by Kavanagh, and Nugent tried to win it back, but Kavanagh showed his strength there. Devitt, neat ball out to Darryl Walsh as Cobh looked to create some more chances. Walsh tries to find Coleman. It falls nicely for Coleman. Goes with the first time effort, but blocked, and Curtis now on the ball for Rovers. Curtis looks for options, but doesn't seem to be coming. Eventually finds McMenamin. and his ball is cleared by O'Leary. Just on the Rovers 2 experiment, I suppose, since the A Championship finished a few years back, there is that gap between 19s football and first team football. So Rovers have tried this as a way of filling it, but I suppose the other clubs don't have that outlet, and you do see a lot of players being lost to the game at that 19-20 age, which is a shame to see.
Yeah, well, I suppose if they don't make it from 19s, Tom, the next level is depending where they're playing their football is Leinster Senior League or Munster Senior League, and some people might just feel, if they don't make the progression from the under 19s team, the League of Ireland team to the first team, a bit disappointed and might just, and that's the unfortunate thing about it. It's how you deal with that disappointment, like what do you do? Do you give it up, or do you try hard again and make a return to a League of Ireland club? Go play senior league level.
Coleman there, one of those players who did just that. He went to Carrigaline, impressed there, and now he's getting his League of Ireland chance.
Yeah, so there's always an opportunity to come back and get back into a League of Ireland squad.
But it probably is something that should be formalised a bit more. As Nugent now on the ball goes out to Zeffy. He's looked bright, but Kavanagh's equal to him once again. John Ryan goes to Adam Wells, now Zeffy. And Turner catches Zeffy, and the tricky winger there wins inside a free kick. McMenamin coming over to take the free kick for Rovers. Plenty of big bodies up from the back for the visiting side. So McMenamin standing over the free kick now. Just Turner in the wall for Cobh. Good ball by McMenamin. Coleman gets there. Could fall nicely for John Ryan. He goes out left for Emaku, but no chance of the winger getting that. And Cobh have the throw in on the far side. Walsh goes inside to Pierce Phillips. And now Greg Henry on the ball. McManaman, good idea by him, but just too much on the ball, and Barron will gather it before throwing to Darryl Walsh. Both sides a bit sloppy in possession of late. And hand goes long for Rovers. Walsh looks to get under it and plays it back to his centre back, Charlie Lyons. Rovers try to play the ball in behind there, but Barron gets out nice and quick and comfortably gathers the ball there for Cobh. Looking for options, goes for Kavanagh on this near right-hand side. Nice touch by Kavanagh. Joining, making a run inside. Kavanagh goes himself, still Kavanagh on the ball. Tries to claim a free kick, but referee not having any of it, and Rovers with the ball through Kevin Zeffy. John Kavanagh back on his feet.
Yeah, he needs to get his head up and make the pass. He was trying to do it all himself there. Nothing was on.
Here's John Ryan now. Goes out left to Zeffy once more. Wells on the overlap. Zeffy goes inside. Neat ball there to John Ryan. And Rovers have a penalty. Oh, they booked for diving. That was a close one for Ramblers, and the Rovers attacker there has been booked for diving after the rash challenge, but referee deems it was.
Well, I think we got another one there.
Cobh might have got away with one there, and it's John Ryan who's been booked for the dive. So there was a few shocks in the ground as everyone thought the referee was going to point to the spot, but he didn't. He brandished his yellow card, and Ramblers will breathe a huge sigh of relief because that could easily have been given in this division, especially.
Cobh, you have to get a penalty. Is that right, Tom?
Yeah, September last year was our last penalty. We've conceded quite a few. But yeah, Leddy on the ball now. Lyons with the header, and he's won a free kick. bit of a strange atmosphere since that incident.
Well, it could be a wake-up call as well for Cobh, like, you know, because the last 10 minutes Rovers have got back into the game and actually have dominated, played nice football.
Long ball, looks to find joining. Here's Coleman, but Coleman's volley never troubles poles in the Rovers goal, and the chances keep racking up for Ramblers, but still nil all.
Bit ambitious training from out there, to be honest. Yeah, like if we were 4-0 up, yeah, you'll have a chance to get a shot like that, but it's all about getting this first goal, so you need to be a bit more composed, a bit more intelligent.
Coleman with 1 goal to his name since joining midway through the season. That was the crucial 1-0 win up in Drogheda United.
Yeah, there you go. So fantastic result away from home again, Tom. Like Cobh have done that this season. Unfortunately, their home form has let them down.
Yeah, just the 3 home wins so far this year. Athlone and Wexford, which you would obviously kind of expect those results, and then a good win against Longford. But yeah, 3 home wins all season is quite surprising for a team that's normally mentioned for its good home form and a tough place to go. But here's Kavanagh now to Coleman. Good layoff there by Coleman, but just intercepted there by Rovers defenders. So yeah, Cobh definitely started the game to brighter, but in the last 10-15 minutes, Rovers have made their way back into the game, had plenty of chances and a very good penalty shout, which we were probably surprised wasn't given. Remains 0-0. Here's Coleman now. Coleman holds it. Coleman goes back to John Kavanagh. First time ball by the right back. Coles comes out and gathers it eventually at the second attempt. McMenamin, neat play by the midfielder. He's looked quite impressive in the last 10 minutes. Playing.
Yeah, himself and John Ryan now in the middle of the park have got the grips of the game. Here's Phillips now, need to step it up again and start controlling that area of the pitch.
Good ball from Kavanagh there to Lyons. Charlie Lyons in his second year at the club, joined from Preston North End back at the end of 2018. And Henry's first time clearance goes straight out of play, and Rovers have the thrown out on the near side. With the rain starting to come down here in St. Coleman's Park.
There comes the rain.
Mightn't suit Rovers' free flow attacking style of play. Thankfully, we're well sheltered in the main stand. Kevin Zeffy now on the ball. And he retains possession. Tries to find, but Barron is equal to it.
Yeah, well read by Barron there. He had to quickly come off his line there.
Here's Lee Devlin now. Back to Charlie Lyons. And Lyons is forced long. Looks for O'Leary. O'Leary still continues to chase and may just keep this in play, which he does. And he's won a corner in the process. Good play by O'Leary there. Never gave up when some players might have just saw that as a lost cause, but O'Leary kept going, and Turner will take the corner for Ramblers. So it's an area that we've scored a few corners quite throughout the season. So
yeah, this is the area you missed Dave Hurley's deliveries, but Ian Turner's doing very well here. I think he laid one on for the last home game as well from a corner.
Nugent there was the man to clear for Rovers, and Rovers looked to break, but Imaku was muscled off the ball by John Kavanagh. Dave Hurley on the bench this evening alongside Ben O'Riordan as they continue their recovery from injury. The game just came a bit too soon for the duo, who've plenty of experience, but they may well be used later on in the game.
Not bad, 2 lads to have on the bench for you, Tom.
And it's Curtis now on the far side to take the throw for Rovers. He looks for options. McMenamin comes close, but he decides to go long, and Darryl Walsh is there to intercept. Twining will chase this, but Rovers do well. It falls nicely for Coleman there, and that's very good header back there by hand. Great defending by the young defender.
Good defending, saved the day for Rovers.
Had to be wary of Coleman coming in on top of him, but was clever enough to get the header, and the young defender there showing a bit of experience beyond his youth. Greg Henry gets under it. John Ryan, neat ball over the top there for Zeffie. Kavanagh will chase him, and Zeffie looks like he's beating the right back. Zeffie goes himself, still Zeffie, and just loses control of the ball at the crucial moment, to the delight of the Ramblers supporters. But again, Rovers have the ball once more. Sean Barron goes long. Coleman will try to get under this. Misses everyone. Could fall for O'Leary. Cobh claiming that O'Leary was pushed in the back there as he tried to chase onto the breaking ball, but quite ambitious calls there.
Yeah, I think it was desperation there, Tom.
But Rovers now do have a free kick, and it's Coleman with the foul. Just following through late there on, I think it was Curtis on the right-hand side. So it remains 0-0 here in St. Coleman's Park. Conor joining with Ramblers' best chance of the game very early on with a header that went to the left of Pole's posts. But besides that, the chances have more been half chances for Cobh. Here's joining now. Lays it off to O'Leary. And Curtis gets out in front of the Ramblers' man.
I'd like to see Conor Ryan just getting a hold of the ball. Tom, he's too quick to play the first touch, you know. At times it's needed, but that time there, just get a hold of the ball, get a feel of the ball, and get people back into the game. Play like a centre forward, get a hold of the ball, start bringing the midfielders into the game. He's just one touch and it's losing possession straight away.
Yeah, it is looking a bit rushed at the moment from Ramblers.
Yeah, it's a bit of composure. I know it's a bit nervy for the lads there with everything at stake. But
Phillips now.
Yeah.
It's a good idea from Phillips, but it's easily intercepted there by hand. And Greg Henry now will leave the throw for John Kavanagh. Greg Henry in his second spell at the club, former UCC man. Also had a spell with the Tipperary Gaelic footballers, so good to see Greg back in the Claret and Blue this year. Adam Wells now will take the throw for Rovers. Greg Henry forces it out for another throw in a similar position, and Wells will go back and retrieve the ball once again.
Game has gone a bit flat now, Tom.
It has. Neither side is retaining much possession. The rain doesn't help, but still, you'd imagine with the talent out there that we would see a bit of better football at the moment. Walsh goes inside to Phillips. The former Cork City man wearing the captain's armband this evening. That's a nice ball by Henry, but Coleman isn't able to hold it. And Charlie Lyons does well there, but Rovers with possession once again. Here's John Ryan. John Ryan, neat ball in front of Zeffie. Good play again by the winger. He's looked very impressive this evening. Kavanagh is marshalling him, and as is Turner, but Turner's ball is played straight to John Ryan. Here's John Ryan on the ball, and Rovers have a penalty. Free kick. Apologies.
Tom, trying to give him penalty.
I couldn't see. I know. I couldn't see the line there. Looked closer than what I imagined. Thankfully, it's a free kick for Rovers. Commentators, serious mistake there. But thankfully for Ramblers, it's a free kick. Still in a dangerous position nonetheless. It was very good play by Zeffie on the left wing there.
Dangerous position.
And just as that free kick is being taken, the news has broken that Galway have gone 1-0 up against UCD, but Imaku to take this, and it's gone straight over Sean Barnes' crossbar. So Galway lead at home to UCD, which isn't the result we'd like to see, but we have to do our own business firsthand.
Yep, absolutely, Tom. That's the most important thing.
And
as well as that, it's a long way to go.
Exactly.
A long way to go.
It's former Ramblers player Stephen Christopher who got that goal up in Galway. So while the goals are starting to come in the first division, we still haven't seen any here, but we have seen the game's first yellow card, and it's gone to Charlie Lyons for that foul there on...
I think that sounded worse than it was, you know?
Yeah, I think it was on McMenamin.
He must have hit a shin guard or something, because it was a pretty crack of the sound came off the tackle.
And it's John Ryan will take this free kick now for Shamrock Rovers. It's a good, dangerous ball by John Ryan, but Lyons was equal to it, and Cobh have it now through Darryl Walsh. Darryl goes long. Cobh looking for a free kick there, but referee Mark Lynch is having none of it. Rovers now on the ball. Here's Nugent, their captain. Great interception by Greg Henry there. Had to win it, and he did. Here's Stephen O'Leary now, out to Ian Turner. Turner cuts inside. And it's a poor ball by Turner. Coleman was in space, but the ball was easily intercepted, but Turner does likewise. And Rovers' clearance is watched out by Greg Henry. Chance there for Ramblers if Turner could just play that killer ball, but wasn't to be.
Yeah, sloppy in possession, to be honest with you. Again, it's all about composure, you know, picking out the right pass.
And the halftime whistle has gone here in St. Coleman's Park. Cobh Ramblers 0, Shamrock Rovers 2-0. A game that probably diminished in quality as the half wore on. First 10-15 minutes, especially for Ramblers, very impressive, but the chances started to fall away. John?
Yeah, as I said, they dominated the first 15-20 minutes. It was important for them then to get a goal because their play really deserved it, but again, they didn't put it in the net, and Shamrock Rovers surely got back into the game with their passing game, and you know, it's evened out at the end of the first half.
So tonight's game brought to you by Relive It will continue once again in the second half, so we'll have a short break and we'll hope to see you back here in about 15 minutes time.
Hi, my name is Fergus McDade. I'm an ex-Rambler, and my time in Cobh was in the early 80s, through that decade, and part of the early 90s. It's a very fruitful time in the club. We had really good success, both locally and nationally. The town used to come alive on a Sunday afternoon for a Munster Senior League game or an FAI Senior Cup or Intermediate Cup game. Really vibrant time in the club.
Tremendous atmosphere here, and almost a mishap, and Frank O'Neill has put Cobh Ramblers have got in front. Frank O'Neill picks up a loose goal kick, and amazingly Cobh Ramblers have gone in front.
Hello, my name is Karen Doyle. I am on the Cobh Ramblers subcommittee for the community because it means that we get to reach out and work with other community groups right across Cobh and beyond Cobh into East Cork, which is where our club really belongs. It is, a football club that is for everybody, and everybody belongs to it.
Hello everybody out there, my name is Mike Geesley, I'm president of Cobh Ramblers at the current time. I can't really remember any time during my whole life that I haven't been involved in Cobh Ramblers in some capacity or another. I love this club basically, above anything else.
Really good pass here. The Turner, he gets cross away, can. Oh, goals! That's a lovely goal.
Oh, my name is Colin Payne. I'm supporter of Cobh for as long as I can remember, really, from the days of my father bringing me to the matches, or dragging me, I should say. No, I'm dragging him down. Many happy memories of Cobh, going back a long, long time. I'm glad to help out.
Hi, I'm Sue. I'm a volunteer here. I've been volunteering here for about 15 years now. I do all sorts of different things. I run the shop, I run the bingo, done a lot inside the club for them. I help with cleaning, I'd help with decorating. There's plenty to do.
My name is John O'Rourke, and my father has probably been in every position within the club, from player to coach to manager to committee member and chairman. And his father before him, my grandfather, was also involved in the club very heavily. All that and the connection in the family and growing up in the town, it was always my ambition to follow suit and play for Cobh Ramblers first off, which I did do, and went on to manage the club as well. And see progress all the way, and it's great credit to the lads that are involved at this time in making that happen. And I'm sure, and I know that, as before, there was people, the club has lasted, and it's coming up to the historic 100 years in existence in 2 years' time. It's something to look forward to, but it's a tribute and a testimony to all the people that were involved in the club over the years that have made this happen.
My name is Billy, and I love Ramblers because I love going to the camps, I love going to the games, and I love following them around the country.
Hi, my name is Bill O'Leary. I'm the chairman, the new chairman of Cobh Ramblers. We're building a really exciting new era in the club, a club that's based now on high level of community engagement, empowerment of our volunteers and our board, really operating in a transparent way, full of new ideas, finding our voice again, going in a really positive direction. And really, it's an exciting time to be involved in the club. We'd like you to be involved also. What's central to what we're trying to do is diversifying our income streams and diversifying our volunteer base. So we're going to have a new ladies team, which is going to help us in that regard. But also we started a new online shop. We're now streaming our games online. Those games are going worldwide, reaching the Cobh and Cork demographic globally. So that's really exciting for us. So thank you so much.
And we're back here in St. Colman's Park for the second half of the SSE Electricity League First Division game between Cobh Ramblers and Shamrock Rovers 2. So 0-0 here, a game that Cobh Ramblers do need to win to have a chance at those playoff spots, depending on other results. First half was good opening, 10-15 minutes from Cobh, and then the visiting side came into the game more. So hopefully we can see a bit more of that opening Ramblers performance. And John, your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, you summed it up quite well there so far, Tom. But in the second half, we'd be looking for the more experienced lads in Cove's team to start, grabbing hold of the mantle and pushing it on. And there's a lot of stake here. Let's see it. Let's see the desire. Let's see the hunger to go and get the 3 points, and then we'll see what happens with other games.
So just on those other games, as Pierce Phillips gets us underway, Galway lead UCD 1-0. Cabinteely are 0-0 with Drogheda, but Cabinteely are down 10 men in that game. Longford are leading away to Wexford 1-0, and Bray Wanderers lead Athlone Town 1-0. So those results will have an influence on who goes up in the playoffs and who goes up automatically. But for now, we just have to do our own job and get 3 points here. As Turner plays a nice ball there, just beyond joining. And hand goes back to his goalkeeper, Leon Poles. Poles, one of the only players in this team with first team experience on the bench for the Rovers Premier Division side. And here's the captain, Nugent. He's dispossessed by Turner, but Turner's ball is also straight to a Rovers player. So no changes at the break here. Ramblers with the likes of Dave Hurley, Martin Collin and Ben O'Riordan on their bench this evening.
Yeah, you think Stowe will be looking to these lads. Dave Hurley, particularly if there's no changes in the first 10-15 minutes of the second half.
Yeah, Dara Crowley there as well, the Cork City loan player who has suffered quite a few injuries. I think he suffered it away to Galway in that game and hasn't been involved much since. So it'd be good to see him get a few minutes this evening if needed. That's a good ball there. Here's Coleman, plays it across the box, and O'Leary tried to get a touch, but it was just behind him. And it did take a deflection on the way across, so Devitt will have Ramblers' throw here. He leaves it instead for Darryl Walsh.
Great ball across the goal. Unfortunately, no Cobh Ramblers player following in.
It's a bright start here from Ramblers. It's Coleman with that ball across, but unfortunately O'Leary was just in front of it as it came. Walsh takes the long throw. Rovers easily clear it. Nugent lays it off, and Barron is out to collect this comfortably. Here's Lyons now on the ball, and Maku presses him. He decides to go long, and Hand comfortably lays that off for John Ryan. Joining now. The ball from Henry's found nicely for him, and Drynan's shot is saved by Leon Poles. Another great chance for Ramblers.
Great chance. In fairness, now he did well. He got away from the defender and got his shot away. Made the keeper work.
I don't think Drynan was expecting it too much. The ball just fell nicely for him, and low effort was saved by Leon Poles in the Shamrock Rovers goal. Drynan, who is on 3 goals so far this season. So 2 good chances already in the half for Cobh. So they're starting this half just like they started the first. But deadlock remains to be broken. And the rain is falling once again in St. Colman's Park. Here's Nugent, the captain now. Nice touch by him. He lays it off for Zeffy. Kavanagh and Zeffy have had a good battle all evening. Drynan looks to get on this, but Hand is there first. Lays it off to Curtis, who goes back to his goalkeeper. Walsh leaves that for his centre back, Charlie Lyons. As Cobh look to rebuild once more. That's good pressure by Leddy there, forces Barron to go long. Sean Barron, the former Avondale goalkeeper, joined during the mid-season COVID break and is really impressed since arriving here at St. Colman's Park. I was only reading during the week, he actually had a small spell here as an under-16 player, which wasn't mentioned when he first signed. So only for a very short period. Then he went up to Cork City, but was slightly aware of St. Colman's Park before he made the move this summer.
Yeah, he's doing well. He's doing well. He's very vocal, so he helps the defence out an awful lot.
John Kavanagh to take this throw on the far side. Nathan Coleman does well there. Turner retains possession. Walsh calls it on this near side, but Turner instead goes back to his other fullback, John Kavanagh. Nice interplay there. Turner with an early cross in to Drinan. Drinan tries to win possession, but he hooks it over himself, and Rovers clear. Henry with a first-time clearance. Good header by Coleman. Drinan tries to press Hand, but Hand is forced out for a throw in there on Ramblers with a bit of pressure there. But again, there's still no final product just yet.
Exactly, good pressure, but nothing to show at the end of it.
Here's Turner again. And the ball went out of play before the cross, so Rovers have a goal kick. And it's Dave Hurley and Dara Crowley warming up over there for Ramblers, two more attack-minded substitutes that Stuart Ashton may have to look to as the half wears on.
Yeah, Tom, you know, just looking at it there, especially after coming back out from the second half, you know, surely there was things being said in the dressing room, like, with everything that's at stake, there's no, if you walked into the ground now, you wouldn't think there's a real playoff spot on show out for Cobh, an offer for Cobh. Because there's no, I can't see any desire, I can't see any urgency, you know. So maybe he will have to make those changes to instill a bit of urgency, you know, and desire.
Joining with a good ball to Darryl Walsh. Darryl Walsh on the attack here. Looks to find Coleman. Coleman's almost on the end of that. Poles looked like he had it comfortably, but parried it somewhat.
Keeper made a mess of it and nearly provided an opportunity.
It was a good idea from Darryl Walsh as he broke forward on this near side. So Poles showing there that he is prone to the odd mistake. It's a poor ball from Henry there. And it's back with Leon Poles in the Shamrock Rovers goal. He goes out to Leddy on the far side. That's good from Henry there. Got out in front of Nugent, the Rovers captain. It's a good play there from Conor Drinan. Lays it off to Phillips. Pierce Phillips still. Pierce Phillips goes himself. And good tackle there by Sam Curtis, the young right back for Rovers.
No, there's the I was talking about. That's more like it from Pierce Phillips. Driving run.
Yeah, we haven't seen too much of that tonight, so hopefully that's the first of many. Walsh with the cross in. It's a good ball. And good clearance there by Omar Hiamnen, the Rovers defender.
That's easy for you to say, Tom. Well done.
Yeah, I was doing my research and I was hoping he wouldn't make the squad today because it's a tough name, but
it's difficult enough one to get out.
He's impressed tonight. He's probably one of the more experienced of that back four.
He's solid centre half tonight.
And Nugent finishes the clearance off for Rovers. Nugent wins it back himself, but Henry, that's good covering there by the centre back. And that's poor by the centre back, but he did his first job.
Yeah, well. He read it well, and he was unfortunate there. There was nothing on really. He just had to get rid of it.
Henry heads it back to Barron, who plays a quick ball to Charlie Lyons. Lyons looks in the direction of Drinan, who'll try and get under this. It's a nice chest to Coleman. Still Coleman on the ball now. That's good play by Nathan Coleman. Goes out to Ian Turner. Kavanagh's with him on the overlap, but he goes himself with the cross. Falls for O'Leary. Claims that Nathan Coleman was fouled there. But Cobh still with the throw on this near side in a good position for Darryl Walsh.
Clutching and strong there for that appeal, really, Tom, you know. In reality, Stephen O'Leary could have hit it first time rather than controlling it, you know. There's an opportunity there.
Yeah, it was good ball in for me and Turner.
Yeah, it was a good play.
So Cobh are creating more of the chances in this second half as Darryl Walsh throws it in. Good fall for Turner. And Turner's effort there on the volley just to the left-hand side of the Rovers goal. Turner, who got the winner last week up in Longford, almost had 2 and 2 there. Vicious strike, couldn't fault him.
Good effort, yeah. Just off, turned around the wrong side of the post.
So Ian Turner with 3 goals so far this season, and all 3 have been winners in their games. So he scores at the crucial times, Turner, and we need him tonight as Joynin comes on the Cobh attack. Plays it back to Phillips. Sean Barron now looks in the direction of Darryl Walsh. And that's well controlled by the left back. It goes to Charlie Lyons. Once more up in the direction of Conor Joynin. But Rovers are equal to it and could have an attack of their own here. Kevin Zeffy on the ball. Haven't seen too much of him in the second half. O'Leary does well to come back with the recovering tackle. And O'Leary on the ball now. Bit of space for him. Go. Nice turn by O'Leary. Lays it off for Nathan Coleman. Cobh starting to commit a few numbers. Coleman on this left-hand side. Plays the ball towards Turner. Joynin gets there instead, but it's never challenging Leon Poles in the Rovers goal.
Yeah, good play from Coleman here as well on the side. Stephen O'Leary set it off.
And we're seeing our first change of the night. It is for Cobh, and it is David Hurley coming in for Nathan Coleman. So Stuart Ashton making his first replacement of the night.
Substitution for Ramblers. Going off before taking it, Coleman, number 10 is Hurley.
So Hurley, who probably would have been disappointed not to start the game, but he is recovering from that injury he suffered in the last game here, that defeat to Cavantilly. So he's out there now. And
seems to be gone up front as a direct replacement from Nathan Coleman. I thought he'd be slotting in midfield.
Yeah, we'll see now how that works out. But at the moment, he does look to be up there with Joynin.
He's gone up the front top.
Probably an area we've seen less of him in recent years. When he came first, he did seem to do a bit more of that. But as he got older, he's played a bit more defensively. But Ashton fancies that he's the man to get the goal, and I don't think too many will disagree. Here's Devitt to O'Leary, to Hurley. Nice header on to Joynin. Joynin just inaccurate with his pass, but O'Leary keeps it in. Walsh is on the overlap, and that's where he goes. Darryl Walsh now. Emaku with the tackle. Referee deems it to be fair. And Emaku with the clearance. Puts Charlie Lyons under a bit of pressure, but the ball will run out for a Cobh throw. Great running there by Darryl Walsh.
Yeah. I think the defender did well.
But straight there from Dave Hurley's introduction, he's getting involved, getting into some attacking positions, and hopefully now that's the change we need. Devitt goes back to Darryl Walsh. Charlie Lyons now put under pressure there by Leddy. And Sean Barron goes out to his right full, John Kavanagh. Kavanagh wins free kick there. Advantage played, but wasn't anything forthcoming. And Kavanagh tried the quick one, but referees made him go back to where the original foul was committed. So John Kavanagh just inside the Cobh half to take this free kick. Lyons and Henry are gone up. Hurley up there, Phillips. Darryl Walsh has gone up now. Cobh committing bodies forward. Floated in by John Kavanagh. Joynin might get to this, but it's cleared only as far as Phillips. And Phillips' effort is completely miscued there. There's a chance. He'll be disappointed with that, Pierce Phillips. Got his own first goal for the club in that 4-0 win away to Wexford. But wasn't anywhere near following that up with a second, unfortunately.
No, kind of snatched at that there, Tom. But it's good possession, good pressure from Cobh.
It's a good jump there by Lee Devitt. And Devitt still on the ball. And Cobh have a free kick. Some of the Ramblers players hoping to see a bit more than free, but referee Mark Lynch is happy to just award the foul. So again, very similar position to the last one, and John Kavanagh to take it once again. Cobh with plenty of bodies up for this. John Kavanagh takes it, floats it in quite similarly, and Rovers very similarly cleared as far as Phillips. Still Pierce Phillips now. That's good play by the midfielder. Looks to John Kavanagh with him, but that's a poor ball by Phillips. And Rovers have a throw on that far side. So 2 free kicks there, but
Yeah,
nothing came of them.
Nothing came of them because the centre half, what's his name again?
Amor Hiamnan.
That's the fella. I'll leave it to you for that pronunciation, Tom, but he's dominating there in centre half, and the lads need to keep the ball away from him, especially from those free kicks. You know, it's an opportunity to do something, but if they keep putting it down his area, he's going to win those headers.
That's a great ball there to just in front of Imaku. Barron was glad to see that. Darryl Walsh keeps it in. And we're seeing a second change here for Ramblers. It's Dara Crowley, the man coming on. So the Cork City loanee making his return from injury. And he will come on in place of Ian Turner. So another attacking substitution for Cobh Ramblers tonight. Stuart Ashton definitely rolling the dice, and Dara Crowley is the man to come on. So no repeat of last week for Ian Turner, unfortunately, when he got the winner. But yeah, Dave Hurley coming a bit more into his more familiar role of central midfield, with Dara Crowley taking up that attacking position with Conor Joynan. Great tackle there by Pierce Phillips. And Phillips is booked for winning the ball there.
Oh, that is wrong with the game in these days.
I don't even
perfectly good tackle. Referee even gives him a yellow card. None of mine, just a free kick. He actually gives him a yellow card for it.
There wasn't even calls from the Rovers players. They saw it was a tackle.
It was a tackle. You could hear the tackle here. Fair tackle. Get on with the game, ref.
So Pierce Phillips, the second Ramblers player in the book tonight after Charlie Lyons in the first half. And Rovers have the free kick now. One of their first of the half. McMenemy to take it. Straight to Charlie Lyons. Good header there by Dara Crowley. Tries to find Joynan, but Hand is there first. He tries the ball into the path of John Ryan, but doesn't find the Rovers attacker. Greg Henry now on the ball. Ramblers really trying to up the tempo and get that crucial goal if they're to be in with a chance at the playoff spot. And Wexford have pulled the goal back in Longford. So that game is now 1-1. A Longford draw will still give them a playoff spot, so that goal hasn't changed anything just yet, but there's a lot of twists and turns yet to come in tonight's First Division playoff race. Hopefully we see one tonight here in St. Cummins Park. He's Joynan on the ball, tries to turn. The clearance falls to Kavanagh. He goes to the back post to Darryl Walsh. Darryl Walsh with the ball across the goal and almost turned into his own net by Hand, the Rovers defender.
Yeah, almost turned into his own, but great defending. He stops a certain goal there. Great ball across from John Kavanagh, and Darryl Walsh then got to it and put it across the goal.
More good play by Cobh. They have definitely been the side in this half with the better chances, but same as the first half, can't put any of them home. Dave Hurley now to take his first corner of the game. Hurley floats that one in. Plenty of bodies in there. It could go anywhere, and Poles gets to it. Phillips was trying to get on the end of that, but wasn't to be, and remains 0-0. He goes short to Curtis. And now Poles once again. That's straight out by the German goalkeeper, and Ramblers have the throw. And Rovers making 2 changes of their own now as they look to use their bench and give more young players some first team experience. But first we will see some attention given to Amor Hiamnen, the centre back for Shamrock Rovers tonight. But yeah, Kevin Zeffy will make way for Rovers, and Michael Leddy also making way, and coming on in their place, Darren Prendergast, one of the Shamrock Rovers substitutions, and we wait to see who the second substitute on, as Amor Hiamnen is taken off the pitch, but he does to be okay. The impressive centre back for Rovers tonight. And the other substitute on is Jamie Doyle for Shamrock Rovers. So 2 changes apiece from both sides now. Dave Hurley, playing quite deep at the moment, goes to John Kavanagh. Good ball in the pad of Crowley, just bounces beyond him. And Curtis with the clearance. And the referee gives a free kick to Cobh inside their own half, and Shamrock Rovers get their first yellow card of the game. That's gone to Dara McGuinness, just on the pitch, and the youngster has picked up the yellow card for that foul on Charlie Lyons.
Substitutions for Shamrock Rovers in the game by Kevin Zeffy and Michael Leddy. Coming on.
Cobh committing bodies forward once again for this free kick. Sean Barnes take it. He goes in the direction of Joynin. It's a good jump by Joynin to Crowley. Crowley retains possession. Chance here for Cobh. Dara Crowley goes back to Phillips, but his ball back is intercepted and Rovers have to throw. Cobh claiming it was their own throw, and it has been changed. Pierce Phillips and John Kavanagh letting the linesman know what they thought of that decision, but the referee overruled him, and Pierce Phillips will take this throw on the far side for Ramblers. Everyone bar Sean Barron up in the Rovers half. Hurley gets the head on it, but Coles gathers that comfortably. So it remains 0-0 here. Drogheda have taken the lead away to Cabinteely, so that is a result in the favour of Ramblers, but we still have to do our own job here. Sean Barron forced to clear that in the direction of Devitt, who plays it back to Charlie Lyons. Lyons trying to find O'Leary. That's a neat touch there by Stephen O'Leary. Goes inside to Devitt. This is a good play from Cobh. To Joynin. Now Dara Crowley. Tries to find Kavanagh in space. Kavanagh will do well to keep it in, which he does. Good play by Kavanagh. Back to Greg Henry. But Henry's ball is poor and is easily intercepted, as is the Rovers player's ball. So lots of exchanging of possession. That's a neat turn there, and Rovers managed to clear. Henry watches it out. But Emaku has gone down here on this near side, and he looks like he's definitely in need of attention. And eventually the referee decides. And it's 2-0 to Drogheda now, away to Cabinteely, so that looks to have secured them the title. And Cabinteely's playoff hopes look like they are almost disappearing.
Another thing that's so wrong in the game. The referee had to stop there because the player got cramp, in all fairness.
And Emaku will be receiving a bit of attention, but yeah, like you said, it was just cramp. And
stop.
We still have a good 20 minutes left in this. Charlie Lyons goes back to Barron now. So Cobh rebuilding from the back once again. And good pressure there. but eventually it comes to nothing, and Cobh have the goal kick. And Imaku looking to come back on this near side as Charlie Lyons' ball is intercepted by Nugent, the Rovers captain. David goes back to Lyons. It's a poor ball by Henry, and it's intercepted by Rovers once again. We've seen a few of them lately. Charlie Lyons is able to clear that in the direction of Joynin, whose head on is out for a Rovers throw. Ramblers starting to become a bit frantic now and not retaining too much of the ball, unfortunately.
No, it's all gone a bit scrappy now, Tom, in the last 5 minutes. Over, as you said, they're getting frantic. Maybe their pressure's getting to them now, but what's at stake? But plenty of time left in the game.
Falls nicely for John Kavanagh. Plenty of bodies forward. O'Leary. And O'Leary's effort is over the Shamrock Rovers crossbar. Great ball in by John Kavanagh. Wasn't an easy chance, in fairness to O'Leary.
No, he did well to go and attack the ball, which is great. But unfortunately, he hooked it over the bar.
Again, the chances mount up for Cobh, but the scoreline doesn't change. As Leon Poles takes the Rovers goal kick. Dave Hurley does well there, wins the ball back, plays it to Crowley. Crowley's dispossessed. Now Imaku. He's recovered from his earlier cramp. Ooh. Sam Curtis there, clattering into Stephen O'Leary. And Stephen O'Leary just hitting the Ramblers perimeter wall. And there's been a huge goal down in Wexford. Wexford now lead against Longford Town. So Wexford 2-1 up against Longford, which will have huge implications on the playoff race. But for now, Cobh do need to win this game. And Shamrock Rovers receiving yellow card there. Just waiting for the player to turn before we confirm the number. Stephen O'Leary receiving attention just on this near hand side of the pitch, but he looks like he'll be okay to continue. Darryl Walsh with the Cobh throw after deliberation. It is a throw for Cobh, and Stephen O'Leary is left back onto the pitch. And eventually we're back to action on the pitch after much amusement there. Here's John Kavanagh now. Kavanagh to Pierce Phillips. Pierce Phillips goes outside with the ball inside to join in. O'Leary. O'Leary shot is saved by Poles. It's a good chance for O'Leary. Great play by Phillips on the far side. And O'Leary is one of those players you do want the ball to fall to, but unfortunately for him, Poles was equal to his effort.
Yeah, the chance are falling to Stephen O'Leary now, but he's doing well. Hopefully he'll be able to stick one away.
So with the way results are at the moment, if Cobh were to find a goal, that would be enough, even with Galway's result. It would be Cabinteely and Longford missing out, but for now, Longford, even though they're losing, could be enough. Charlie Lyons, that's a poor ball back by Charlie Lyons, but O'Leary is there, thankfully, to deal with the ball across the box. John Kavanagh now. Out to Pierce Phillips on the right-hand side. He plays it back to Greg Henry. Henry to Kavanagh. Kavanagh goes long, a bit too long, and Poles is the only one near that, and he'll gather that in the Rovers box. And it's a poor clearance there by Leon Poles, and straight out for a Cobh throw. John Kavanagh takes it. Free kick there for Pierce Phillips, just slightly impacting on the Rovers player, and the visiting side have the free kick inside the Ramblers half. Phillips, who is on a yellow card, so will have to be wary of any future fouls. Just not going to plan so far, John.
No, again, I refer back to the lack of desire and leadership, really, Tom, you know. There's a lot of stake here tonight, and by the sounds of it, results are going the way that Cobh would have wished, but not their own one.
Darragh Crowley chasing this. Curtis does well, and still Curtis. That's great defending there by the young defender. Daryl Walsh now looks to find joining. The header goes to Pierce Phillips. Phillips now. And eventually it's cleared by hand. Good play by Pierce Phillips. He's really come into his own in this second half.
Yeah, he's gone out to the right wing, Tom, and he's causing trouble.
Still joining Phillips, and eventually it's cleared. That's good pressure there by Lee Devitt. He's won himself a throw. Yeah, it would be a sickener, John, though, if the results were to go our way and we couldn't do our own job. Whatever about missing out if we did our job. And
no, you have to get to do your own job, look after your own corner, which we're still in control of it. Like, 15 minutes left, I think. So there's every chance we could do that, but things have to.
Henry looks for O'Leary. O'Leary can't control the diagonal ball from the centre back. Here's Curtis now to take the throw for Rovers. Cobh with the throw. Curtis has gone down now for Rovers, and he'll receive some attention. And that's gone out off O'Leary for a Rovers goal kick. So tonight's game in St. Colman's Park, the only scoreless draw of all the games in the first division at the moment. We've only had one scoreless draw all season. That was away to Bray, the first game back after the COVID restart. Poles takes the goal kick. And that will go all the way back to Sean Barron in the Ramblers goal. As Rovers ready another substitute on the far side. Charlie Lyons will go along with this towards Crowley. Crowley with a push in the back there, and Oisin Hand is guilty of the foul, which will see Ramblers with a free kick in a dangerous position. Daryl Walsh looks like he'll be the man taking this, suiting a left footer. As Rovers substitution will have to wait as they try and deal with this dangerous free kick for Cobh Ramblers. Huge chance now for the home side to get that crucial goal. Daryl Walsh takes the free kick. And it's beyond everyone by the left back. Poles happily sees that, glide wide of his posts. And nothing comes of that good chance for Cobh.
Yeah, Rovers going to killing the game at every opportunity, taking their time, when the ball goes out of play, taking time, taking throws and goal kicks, going down for injuries, you know. It's frustrating at the time, but Cobh just has to keep the composure and hopefully a chance will arise.
And it's Bogdanov coming on for Rovers. He makes his first team bout tonight, and he replaces Imaku on this right-hand side. So an attacking minded change by Rovers, giving more the youngsters a game. We're also seeing Cobh make a change. It's Stephen O'Leary departing the pitch, and he will be replaced by Chris O'Reilly. So another attacker on for Cobh. So last throw of the dice really for Stuart Ashton.
So for Cobh Ramblers, one off on the floor, Stephen O'Leary coming on to the 20, Chris O'Reilly.
What a moment it would be for Chris. His first, still looking for his first Ramblers goal. Hurley to Crowley. Good hold in there by Crowley. Tries to find O'Reilly, but that'll just go beyond the new substitute. Curtis takes it. Looks for Bogdanov, the substitute. Good header by him, but Charlie Lyons is equal to it, and he goes back to Barron. Cobh committing huge bodies forward. That one's in the direction of Phillips. Good defending there by Wells, and he's forced it out off Phillips for a throw-in for the visiting side. Lee Devitt now, good control by him. That ball is out by Rovers, and Greg Henry will throw it back to his goalkeeper, Sean Barron. Cobh going long at every opportunity now. Crowley looks to get under that one. And again, Rovers deal with it. Not much possession football being played out there at the moment. Here's Dave Hurley now. Out towards Darryl Walsh. Chris O'Reilly in front of him. That's where he goes. Chris tries to turn his man, but that's good play by Curtis. He's very impressive tonight, that right fullback for Shamrock Rovers. Here's Sean Barron now. High into the sky by Sean Barron. Lee Devitt tries to get under it and falls nicely for Lee at the second time. Dave Hurley's ball over to Chris O'Reilly. Here's Riley now. He beats his man, gets to cross in, and it's blocked out for a corner. And Curtis is down once again. He's struggling with cramp, I think. That young right back.
Yeah. They've used a lot of young lads tonight, and it's obvious that this level is a step up for them. There's 2 or 3 of them gone down with cramps. Tom, so it's showing their fit.
Yeah, you'd imagine we will see quite a amount
fit
of
young lads, but match practice, match fitness is a different story, you know.
Yeah, and there's no under-19 football being played at the moment, so those lads aren't playing that.
Time for them, and you can see it in the results of it.
Will be interesting to see how much minutes they're added on, but look, we still have plenty of normal time before we get to that stage. Dave Hurley to take this. Glided in by Dave Hurley. O'Reilly tries to get on it, but it's well cleared by Rovers. John Kavanagh now plays it back to Lee Devitt. And Devitt goes all the way back to Sean Barron. Cobh still with plenty of bodies up there. And there's been another goal in Eamon DC Park. Galway now draw 1-1 with UCD. So a huge goal in the playoff rush, push. So 1 goal here would be enough for Cobh, but it's Rovers on the other side now. It's laid off. Rovers try and claim for a penalty, but referee having none of that there. Nugent plays it out now to Bogdanov, the substitute. And it's still Shamrock Rovers on the ball. That's good play there by Bogdanov, the substitute. Rovers with a spell of possession here up deep in the Cobh half, but you haven't seen too much. That'll fall nicely for Bogdanov, the substitute. Ball across the box, and Lyons gets on it. Chris O'Reilly now. Every other result is going Cobh's way except the vital one here in St. Colman's Park. We couldn't have asked for the other teams to do a better job for us. Hurley now looks to find Chris O'Reilly. Good ball there. And O'Reilly's offside. So just to recap on those other scores at the moment, Galway are drawing 1-1 with UCD. Drogheda are 2-0 up away to Cavanteely, and Wexford are 2-1 up at home to Longford. 3 huge results going in our favour.
Absolutely, they're the results we were looking for. Well, they're not results yet, Tom, but they're the
Three, score lines.
And we don't have a result here yet, so there's still a bit to play for.
Rovers trying to claim a pass back there, which is extremely ambitious. Here's Pierce Phillips now. In front of Lee Devitt. Devitt goes out to Chris O'Reilly. Cobh with bodies in the box if he can get there. And it's gone out for a Cobh throw on this near side. O'Reilly leaves it for Darrell Walsh, the long throw specialist. Cobh with everyone deep in the Rovers half now. Greg Henry is the only man anywhere near the halfway line. Darrell Walsh. And Rovers get there, but it falls to Kavanagh. Kavanagh tries the shot, and that's closed down. Greg Henry will have to get this. And that's good play by Greg Henry. Brilliant play by the centre-back there. Had to win it, and he did. But his clearance is poor. Thankfully, it falls for Dave Hurley. Dara Crowley, a bit of time on the ball now for Dara Crowley. To Dave Hurley. Here's Dave Hurley on the ball. It's blocked. And another player gone down with cramp for Rovers, I think. They're out on their feet at this stage. They are making another substitution. But for now, Poles has possession of the ball. And Rovers will make this change. Darren Prendergast coming on for Sam Curtis, the right back, who has had a very impressive game, the young Rovers player. Sean Barron now to take this. Again, everyone forward for Cobh. It's gone deep towards O'Reilly. He gets a head on it to Lyons. Cobh try and claim a penalty, but they have a corner. Lyons thinks he was fouled. And a few of the Rover players getting involved with Charlie Lyons. So Dave Hurley with the corner now. A crucial chance for Cobh. The set piece specialist, Dave Hurley, whips it in. Poles comes together, gets a punch on it. It's out on the far side now with Dara Crowley. His cross goes back in the area. And once again, it's cleared by Rovers. And Cobh will have to throw on that far side through John Kavanagh. Goes to Pierce Phillips. Here's Dara Crowley. Crowley across the box to Poles. And somehow the ball stays out.
Great ball across the box. Jesus, lads.
Brilliant ball by Dara Crowley. Great play by the substitute. Hurley to Walsh. Back to Hurley. It's all Cobh now in the last 15-20 minutes. Hurley goes himself. Ball in by Hurley. And it's just gone into the side netting there by Dave Hurley. Ramblers throwing absolutely everything at this to get that crucial goal that would see them sneak into the final playoff spot if other scorelines were to stay the same. So I imagine we're seeing similar scenes across the country. Longford pushing for a goal. Yeah. Galway pushing for a goal. Cabinteely pushing for anything. But for now, we still have a scoreless draw in front of us. Darrell Walsh now. Dara Crowley can't get in front of that. And the referee gives a foul there for what he deemed was a push on Dave Hurley. Cobh will be thankful to see it, albeit unexpectedly. Kavanagh now. Cobh with every chance in the last 20 minutes. Hurley's up, Charlie Lyons is up, Greg Henry's up, Darrell Walsh is up. Phillips, Crowley, Drynan, they're all in there. He's glanced it in to Greg Henry. Darrell Walsh now still with possession for Cobh. Plays it back to Phillips. And Phillips will see that out for a Cobh throw. So, times like this, you'd love a home crowd just to give them that extra bit, but unfortunately, it's not to be.
No, unfortunately, yeah, they have to do it themselves, Tom.
Here's Phillips now. And it's another corner for Cobh. The corner count keeps rising. Rovers don't think it was, but it's been given.
Good opportunity here now. It's on Dave Hurley's more favoured left foot. swing it in. Good delivery needed here now. Hopefully we'll get something.
In fairness to the young lads of Rovers, they've been very good at dealing with these corners. I wasn't expecting it. Hurley now with the corner in. Joining tries to get his head on it, but Rovers somehow get it away. Sean Barron now with the ball. He goes deep into the Rovers half in the direction of Dave Hurley and Pierce Phillips. But Rovers once again get on the other end of it. Great defending by the Dublin side. And the ball over the top will fall straight to Sean Barron. 5 minutes of additional time here in St. Coleman's Park. 5 minutes of added time. So
plenty of time.
Greg Henry. It's a high ball in the direction of Charlie Lyons. Lyons with the header down to Conor Joynan. Conor Joynan!
Nice man's flag.
And it's given offside for Cobh.
The fourth official has indicated 5 minutes added time. 5 minutes.
5 minutes of additional time here in case you missed that. So a great chance there for Cobh Ramblers.
James was letting us know there's plenty of time to do something there.
Man United won a Champions League in 3.
Top.
Most of this Rovers team definitely wasn't born for that game.
You weren't even born then.
It's just about. Leon Poles now takes the goal kick for Shamrock Rovers. They've been under the cosh for the last half an hour, but still it's 0-0 somehow. Henry heads it on towards Joynan. Here's Hurley. Ball over the top to O'Reilly. It's good defending there by Shamrock Rovers. Henry has to get on the end of this, and he does. Finds Kavanagh. It's a neat turn there by Kavanagh. Goes himself now. Another one of those driving run from John Kavanagh. Neat makes to find Pierce Phillips. And the left back for Rovers, I think Wells there, did well. Henry's header falls nicely for the Rovers attackers. It's the substitute, McGuinness. And thankfully, the ball falls to Darryl Walsh. Good turn by Hurley there. Cobh now with that extra pep in their step. Joynan tries to turn his man. Hand does well. UCD are gone 2-1 up in Galway. So Galway's promotion chances are almost gone. And it's another yellow card here for Rovers. I think this could be a red card because it's the substitute who was already booked earlier in the half. And it is a red card for Shamrock Rovers. The substitute.
Learn them a lesson. There's a lesson for the young fella.
I think it's Darren McGuinness.
Yeah, so, the whistle had well gone and he deliberately kicked the ball away. Well gone.
So Rovers down to 10 men now.
There's a lesson for him.
Their substitute attacker, Darren McGuinness, been booked twice. And Rovers down to 10. Sean Barron taking this. Cobh with everyone forward except the goalkeeper. And a free kick is given against Ramblers there for the foul on Amor Hiamnan. He's been very impressive tonight for Rovers, John.
He's won everything there. He's done everything that's asked of him. But, you know, if they keep putting the ball in his area, he's winning it. And that's what they did, you know. They made him. But in fairness to the lad himself, he's dealt with everything. Cobh have thrown at him.
So remains 0-0 here. Every other result going in our favour except our own. And Poles has just launched that straight out of play. Cobh last throw the dice now for Ramblers. John Cavan on the ball. To Greg Henry. To Pierce Phillips now. And again, Ramblers with a throw in a good attacking position. Pierce Phillips takes it to Hurley. Hurley to Dave Hurley now again. And it's a poor ball by Dave Hurley. Greg Henry once again being hassled there by the Rovers attacker, but does very well to make the turn himself. And he's gone long in the direction of Joynan. Conor Joynan now. On that far side for Ramblers, plenty of bodies up there for him. Conor Joynan with the ball in the box. And Conor Joynan, I think it was a cross more than a shot, but it went just to the left of Poles' goal. And that was a chance. Good play on that right side there by Phillips and Joynan, but The final product was a cross that unfortunately failed to reach any of the Ramblers players. Referee looks at his watch. Kavanagh does well there. Kavanagh plays it out to Phillips. Phillips with the ball in the box. And it's a great ball in by Pierce Phillips. It was Connor joining with the chance. But I think a Rovers player just got a touch on it, and it's a corner for Ramblers. They're asking Sean Barron to go up for it. But Sean stays in his own half. Hurley takes it. It's floated in by Dave Hurley. O'Reilly looks to get on it. Greg Henry. That's another corner for Ramblers. Greg Henry's effort. Ramblers are saying it was off Rovers' hand. But Ramblers have another corner on that far side. It's Hurley once again. The pressure here is unbelievable. Cobh throwing absolutely everything at this. Dave Hurley to take the corner on the far side. It's in by Hurley. Poles gets a punch on it. Falls to John Kavanagh. John Kavanagh still tries to get a shot in. And it's another corner for Ramblers.
Oh my God, it's unreal. It's frantic.
Scenes here in St. Coleman's Park. Dave Hurley runs across the pitch to take another corner. His third in about 2 minutes. I feel like I'm a horse racing commentator. Hurley now. Another floater by Dave Hurley, but Poles is able to get to it. And it's full time in St. Coleman's Park. Cobh Ramblers 0, Shamrock Rovers 2-0. And heartbreak here for Cobh Ramblers. A 0-0 draw means no promotion playoffs for the home side here this evening. Every other result seems to have gone in our way if scoreline stayed the same, but the result here is 0-0 and it's a draw, which means Cobh can't slowly climb into those playoff spots. John, your thoughts tonight?
Absolutely gutted, Tom. Obviously, like everything else went their way except their own result. You can't fault the lads for their honesty and integrity, their effort. But at the end of the day, it's just lack of quality and lack of leadership, I think, and desire. As regards senior players trying to, push it on for them, didn't happen tonight, but it most certainly didn't happen in the home games throughout the season. So, it came down to this game tonight. Cobh didn't do it, but they'll have to reflect on their home form this season. To be honest, they went away and got great results away from home, but on their home patch they didn't do it, and unfortunately, it's just a small. They missed out by just a small bit, but look, they'll hopefully learn from that and they'll come back stronger next year.
Yeah, so that brings an end to our coverage tonight and our coverage this season. Thanks for everyone who tuned in tonight and throughout all the games during the year. It's been a strange year of football, a strange year for everyone, but we hope you've enjoyed this way of seeing the games. Thanks to Paul Geasley and our streaming service provided by Relive It. Thanks to tonight's match sponsor, Cobh Credit Union. And thanks to all you, the viewers, who make it worthwhile. Unfortunately, tonight we couldn't bring you the vital result, but there's been some great moments over the year. And hopefully our next game here in February or March, whenever it is, we can actually have a few supporters. So from me, Tom Stafford, and from John O'Rourke, that's it for this evening and for the season. Hopefully you all see through the rest of this COVID pandemic, and we'll see each other on the other side.
Well done, Tom. Thanks again.